Nah, ini adalah salah satu fakta, salah satu kejadian yang benar-benar terjadi, menjadi salah satu alasan orang kenapa banyak yang ingin pensiun di Malaysia, banyak yang ingin pindah di Malaysia, terlebih juga banyak yang ingin masuk Islam melalui negara Malaysia.
No guns, and no gun culture, and no aggressiveness, because you know you have a gun in your car, and so you can get into an argument. And the second thing, just as good as that, is Malaysia has never been at war with another country.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what it's like to live in a country that has never been at war? Of course, they were invaded by the Japanese, but you know, Malaysia has never invaded another country or declared war with another country. So in terms of violence, it's a very peaceful country. You feel safe.
Setuju banget. Assalamualaikum, Elsa di sini. Hai guys, hai semua, halo tetangga. Gimana kabar teman-teman semua? Semoga sehat selalu, semoga bahagia selalu, dan semoga hari teman-teman semua selalu good day. Selamat datang di channel YouTube Elsa Widianti Putri. Hari ini kita akan membahas soal kehidupan salah satu orang Amerika yang dimana dia memutuskan untuk pindah Islam dan menetap atau pensiun di Malaysia. Jadi ada kisah yang menarik yang akan kita ketahui di video kali ini, yang akan di-share pengalamannya kepada kita semua di video kali ini. Tapi sebelum dimulai video reaksinya, seperti biasa, aku mau ngajakin teman-teman semua dulu untuk subscribe channel ini dan aktifkan lonceng notifikasinya supaya tidak ketinggalan update terbaru dari channel ini. Dan bagi teman-teman yang mau request, bisa banget DM di Instagram aku di @elsiwidiantiputri. Yuk, tanpa berlama-lama, tanpa membuang masa, jumlah kita mulai video reactionnya. Are you ready? Let's go.
My name is Kieran.
And where are you from?
Kieran,
I'm an accidental American. I was born in the U.S. and I was raised there, and I left there.
Oh, when did you leave?
I left in November of 1984.
Oh, before I was born.
Wow.
Well, after I was born.
Okay, tell me about why did you leave?
I was studying at Indiana University, and I met a woman named Habiba, and we talked to each other and got to know each other very well, and then we decided to get married. And when we talked about marriage, there were two conditions. Number one, that we would live in Malaysia.
Oh, syarat
And
tinggal
number
di
two, that
Malaysia.
I would convert to Islam,
Okay.
so that I would fit in with the culture. She's comes from a very close and large family, and so the people fit in.
Okay, so before I continue, are you still together with Habiba?
Oh yeah,
Oh, wow.
better, more than ever.
Berarti Habibah membawa dampak yang baik nih guys.
But I would marry 4 times, but not 4 different wives. I would marry the same wife 4 times.
Wow. So, okay, I want to get into all this in a second. Have you been back to the U.S. since 1984?
We go back occasionally. Our daughter married an American, and we have 2 grandchildren in the U.S.
Oh,
Okay,
udah punya cucu.
congratulations. And what's it like being married to Habiba? Why is she so special?
She is she has a, where do I start? She comes from a family of successful women, very smart, successful women. She has a PhD in curriculum
Wow,
instruction,
PhD
and she's
gelarnya.
also a yoga teacher. And together we are co-parenting our grandchildren, because our children are very busy working, so we co-parent. And I won the lottery, to be frank. I won the lottery.
Okay,
Seperti
now,
memenangkan
what did your
lotre.
family think of you coming to Malaysia, converting, all that?
They were happy. My mother said, look, as long as you're happy, I don't care where you go or what you do, as long
Tapi
as you're
memang
happy.
kayaknya rata-rata keluarga Amerika itu kalau ada orang atau anaknya yang masuk Islam, mereka akan terbuka dengan ya silahkan, asal kamu bahagia, seandainya Islam membawa kebahagiaan di hidup kamu, ya udah nggak apa-apa gitu. Menurut aku mungkin pemikiran keluarga Anggal ini juga lebih terbuka sih terhadap Islam gitu.
They fell in love with Habiba, and my brothers and sisters did
Berarti
too.
open-minded
So there was absolutely
keluarga
problem.
dia, guys.
Only one person in my family has come to visit out here. It's too far for them. I'm from West Virginia. It's a very rural state. People don't travel much.
Any regrets of making that move?
I regret that I didn't make it earlier.
Okay.
If I could have come out here 10 years, even before that, I would have.
Sebenarnya menyesal untuk tidak pindah dari Malaysia. Kalau aku lebih tahu tentang Malaysia, aku akan pindah lebih awal gitu katanya.
What was the conversion to Islam like? Any challenges, difficulties? Tell us about that.
You know what? I'm kind of a free floater. I'm not extremely a religious person, but
Okay.
you know, I'm not forced to do anything that I don't want to do. And I have to say that one of the peak experiences of my life is my wife asked me to do the Hajj with her, and we went out to Saudi Arabia for 40 days, and you
Oh,
can't imagine what it's
Haji.
like to be in Mecca for 40 days and see the
Wah, berarti memang
Yeah.
istrinya ini memang benar-benar membawa dampak yang signifikan, dampak yang baik untuk uncle ini, guys.
just people from everywhere going up, down escalators because they'd never seen an escalator before.
Wow.
You know, it's just people from all over the Islamic world. Salt, really the salt of the earth.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, that's wonderful because many people wish to be doing that. You're the lucky one. So I
Yeah.
guess you're a Haji now. I guess.
I'm a Haji.
Haji,
I'm not very
assalamualaikum Pak
familiar, but I
Haji.
know certain things as well. Tell me about life here in Malaysia. How's a lot of people want to know how's the healthcare system, anything like that.
I'll tell you the main advantages for being in Malaysia, for an American. Number one, no guns
Yeah.
and no gun culture, and no aggressiveness because you know you have a gun in your car, and so you can get into an argument. And the second thing, just as good as that, is Malaysia has never been at war with another country. Can you imagine what it's like to live in a country that has never been at war? Of course, they were invaded by the Japanese, but you know, Malaysia has never invaded another country or declared war with another country. So in terms of violence, it's a very peaceful country. You feel safe.
Setuju banget.
The healthcare system is excellent. We go to a government clinic and get our medicine for free. And we also have
gratis.
access to, we use it, private clinics, hospitals are very, very good.
Okay.
So I would say that is another great advantage. And as you've seen around you here, Alex, there's a very prosperous middle class.
Yeah.
Malaysians are doing very well. There are no hungry people that I know of. There are homeless people, but they choose to be homeless. The ones that I know, I hang out down in areas where you have homeless people, and there are welfare systems available.
Oh, jadi memang
And even
tunawisma itu tidak dibiarkan begitu saja oleh pemerintah Malaysia, tapi juga tetap diurus, guys. Uncle ini mengatakan bahwa dia sering banget nongkrong di mana terdapat banyak banget tunawisma di mana-mana. Tunawisma di Malaysia mempunyai hak untuk bisa tetap hidup di Malaysia, untuk bisa tetap merasakan kenyamanan di Malaysia melalui pemerintah Malaysia yang begitu care terhadap tunawisma yang ada di Malaysia.
you have to survive a winter
Mm.
here, and food is plentiful
Hey,
and cheap.
excellent. A lot of positive things. Any dislikes? Something that could be better for you personally in your daily life, maybe?
I'll tell you, there are two things that irritate me, and that is number one, sweat. I have a
Keringat.
large garden, a tropical garden. I put a lot of work into it, and I'm constantly sweating. The second thing is mosquitoes.
Nyamuk, banyak nyamuk.
Where I live in the garden, mosquitoes, they love me. They love me. And sometimes when I get a mosquito bite, I say, somebody's having a good day today. I try to look on the positive side. Yeah, it is
Bagus,
just-
Uncle.
it
Bagus,
bothers me.
bagus.
Boy, there's some mosquitoes out there that are really happy
They're
today.
like a walking
Banyak nyamuk,
buffet, I
guys.
guess.
A buffet.
Harus
Yeah.
pakai autan
Yeah,
tuh.
only one food.
What is like the biggest misconception, do you think, when it comes to Malaysia from either Westerners, Americans, anybody that's never been here?
I think most people just don't know anything about Malaysia. They'd ask you, where is Malaysia? And you know, you have to locate it Singapore is here, Thailand is here. It's mostly stereotypes about people living in stilted houses and in jungles and things like that. But here you have internet access everywhere. You can look around you and see skyscrapers and on the road, at least around Kuala Lumpur, most of the cars are expensive.
Iya, mobil-mobil bermerek semua kalau di KL tuh.
A very healthy middle class. You go to the restaurants, they're always full. People love to eat. So if you love good food, this is a place to go.
I was going to ask about the food. Your lovely wife, does she make any American food or just Malaysian food?
Actually, I'm a vegetarian.
Okay.
I'm the only one in the
vegetarian.
house, which is the case for a lot of vegetarians. So my wife cooks something called khichdi, which is rice and beans and things like that. And I myself, I'm not a big eater. I eat the same thing, but if you like Malay, a variety of food, Indian, Malay, Chinese, you can get all that here. It's everywhere. It's just a mixture.
All right, so what do you do for a living? Are you retired now? Or?
I used to be a lecturer at a university called UiTM, which is the largest university here in Malaysia. I was a lecturer in linguistics and literature in a program that trained teachers. So I worked about 30 years, and I've been retired for about 12 years now.
Oh,
people who are thinking about retiring to Malaysia, I would highly recommend it. The thing is, it doesn't have a lot of the glitz of Thailand, a lot of the raciness, the spice of Thailand, which some people may really like. If you're looking, if you're an older man like me looking for a young wife, don't come to Malaysia, because women here they outnumber men in universities.
Oh, gitu.
They hold their own, which is a darn good thing. So it's a very solid, stable culture.
What about
Ini aku setuju banget dengan yang dikatakan sama Uncle ini, bahwa di Malaysia itu budayaannya stabil dan kayak kokoh, stabil dan kokoh gitu, guys.
It's a very solid, stable culture.
What about cost of living? Like, let's say I want to retire here as a single man. What do you think an average cost of living would be around?
Geez, that would depend so much on you and where you want to live. Out where I live, it's a little bit on the outskirts. It's Shah Alam. It's about 26 kilometers outside of the KL to the southwest. And I would say a double-story terrace house would rent for $1,000 to $2,000 a month, depending on what you want. Of course, you come to the city, it's going to get a lot more expensive. But it's not difficult to get around.
When you say $2,000 a month?
Ringgit.
Ringgit, okay.
Probably about around $500 a month. Once again, everything depends on where you want to live and how you want to live. You can be as expensive as you want, and you can be shoestring, depending on how you live.
Very interesting. Okay, what's your favorite place in Malaysia? Have you traveled much around, locally speaking?
My because I'm fairly localized, I come into KL once a week from Shah Alam, which is the capital of the state of Selangor. It's about 26 kilometers. And my favorite place is just to come downtown, because there's so much to see. The ultra-modern shopping complexes, and then you go to Chinatown, Little India, and all of these places have their own personalities. I would say if your tastes are urban, KL is a wonderful place. It's a wonderful place. It's not nearly as expensive as Singapore, and the public transportation is excellent. But for those who love beaches and sun, East Coast during the non-rainy season is paradise. I mean, East Coast is just like you're traveling through a postcard for 100 miles up through some of these areas, white beaches, islands, and things like that. But my beach days are over.
Sounds beautiful to me. Anything you miss from back home, the U.S., something that you still miss to this day, maybe?
I'll tell you that I miss the change of seasons. There's something about the spring in the northern hemisphere when the sky gets crystal blue, and and the vegetation is fresh and almost golden. I miss the springtime, and I miss the autumn, the smell of leaves and some of those things. You don't pay attention much to the smells around you, but I know that in the U.S. I was familiar with a lot more different kinds of smells than you are. Maybe it's the humidity here. We don't get quite that.
And lastly, any advice for someone that's considering Malaysia? Maybe what would you tell them if they've never visited here?
I would say just be open. Keep your eyes open, because a lot of the really memorable and worthwhile things are unexpected. I mean, that's true anywhere. But when you come to Malaysia, just come with few expectations and wide open eyes.
Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Thank you. If you enjoyed that video, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, turn on bell notifications so you get more videos like this, and leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think of Kieran's story, his experiences, and his journey from the US to Malaysia, to converting to Islam, to being happily married. Anything you want to share, if you take your time to write it, I'll take your time to respond. And that's one of my favorite things when I go out there, talk to people. Sometimes it could be from 30 seconds to 1 minute to like this video, 12, 13 minutes. Once I get started talking to people and I feel like they're comfortable and I feel like they want to keep talking and telling me their stories, I have nothing but happiness to hear what they have to say. So I'm glad that he was able to trust me and share that story with me, because these are just random. If you don't know, I don't have anything scripted in mind. These are completely like made up on the spot. Whatever they tell me, I go ahead and ask the next question. So that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Oke, jadi beberapa hal yang bisa kita ambil di video kali ini hasil dari wawancara bersama Uncle Pak Haji Karim. Dan kalau dilihat-lihat, Islam itu membawa dampak yang positif untuk dia melalui istrinya. Kalau tidak bertemu istrinya, mungkin dia tidak akan bisa bercerita kepada kita semua di video kali ini. Kalau di Malaysia itu solid stable culture gitu. Nah, aku setuju banget dengan pendapat Uncle ini, kalau di Malaysia itu budaya stabil dan juga kuat, kokoh gitu guys. Menjadi salah satu alasan orang kenapa banyak yang ingin pensiun di Malaysia, banyak yang ingin pindah di Malaysia, terlebih juga banyak yang ingin masuk Islam melalui negara Malaysia. Nah, setelah masuk Islam, dia akhirnya menetap di Malaysia. Banyak orang yang seperti itu gitu kan, orang-orang luar setelah kenal Malaysia jatuh cinta, masuk Islam, dan dia menetap dan tinggal, mungkin juga pensiun di Malaysia. Nah, ini adalah salah satu fakta, salah satu kejadian yang benar-benar terjadi ketika dia mengenal wanita Malaysia. Terus wanita Malaysia ini memberikan 2 syarat kepada Uncle ini untuk kalau ingin serius menikahi dia. Ada 2 syarat. Yang pertama, dia harus menetap tinggal di Malaysia. Yang kedua adalah dia harus masuk Islam. Dengan cinta yang luar biasanya kepada istrinya, akhirnya dia melaksanakan 2 syarat itu, dan ya bertahan sampai sekarang. Kita juga bisa melihat vibes positif dari jawaban-jawaban yang Uncle ini berikan tentang kehidupan dia selama di Malaysia. Untuk video kali ini cukup sekian. Bagi teman-teman yang suka sama video ini, jangan lupa untuk like, komen, dan subscribe, dan kita ketemu di next video. Bye bye. Assalamualaikum.